Hi guys, this is BeatThatMaths, the home of easy learning maths. Today we're looking at level 1 algebra. This is just where we have a missing value on one side of our equal sign. Now when it comes to algebra, the biggest question I get is what are the letters? Why is it X? Why is the next question B? The key answer is those letters just represent a missing value. The best way I can put this is that when it comes to this type of algebra where it's just one missing value, you've already done it. It's nothing new. It's just a slightly different way of presenting you with the exact same question you've already been answering since you were this high. So if you take our first example of 4 plus x equals 10. If it's 4 plus x equals 10, essentially where you see a letter in an equation, you can just replace that with the simple saying of something. So 4 plus something equals 10. So if it's 4 plus something equals 10, where you see that letter, you've now replaced with the word something. What happens if we actually replace the letter with just an empty box? Let's have a look. Does this question look familiar to you? It really should. You've been answering that question from the very beginning of your maths journey. If you've seen this question on its own, 4 plus equals 10, you will correctly probably presume that the missing value here is 6. So when it comes to algebra, for this type of question, all we can say is that 4 plus 6 equals 10. Therefore, when the missing value is x, our question is, what is x equal to? The answer, x equals 6. So let's look over to the whiteboard and we'll take you through a couple more examples of this. And just one very quick note before we get there is if you haven't already, you can always download the worksheet for this video following this link down below. Let's have a look at the whiteboard. Right, let's have a look at our very first question. We have x plus 6 equals 10. Now on this one, I've already said the letters don't actually mean anything. They're just a placeholder. So in algebra, the letters are just placeholders. So when we see them, we're going to get into the habit of saying something. So replace the letter with the word something. So rather than x plus 6, I'm going to say something plus 6 equals 10. This is just a little trick and it tricks the brain into reverting to knowledge that it already has, because this is our foundation in maths. So when you're about 4 years old, this is how you learn simple addition with something. If you have a look, we can also put a box over the missing value. And again, this is tricking the brain into familiar patterns, already used to answering questions where there is a missing box and you've put in your answer into the box. And that's really all algebra is. The letters are just missing values, almost the exact same as that foundation maths that you've already done. So if we have a look, we've got something plus 6 equals 10. That's something you're probably thinking is 4. 4 plus 6 equals 10. Now, in algebra, you must make sure that you state what the value is at the end. It's the only difference. It's the only thing that's new, really. So on this question, x equals 4. And once you've done that, that would be the question complete. Let's have a look at a second example. X minus 2 equals 12. So again, we're going to replace that x with something. Something minus 2 equals 12. Now on this question, it's also good to start and build in really good habits that will stick with us as we move up the levels. So on this one, let's have an idea. If you have something minus 2 equals 12, let's play with the idea that you're moving the value 2 across the equal sign so that the two numbers are on the same side as the equals and the x is on the other. That way we split our missing value from our number work. I've already discussed in the intro that when values swap sides and move across the equal sign, they become the opposite. So for this one where it's -2, if we put -2 on the other side of the equal sign, -2 will become +2, +2. So let's double check that with knowledge that we already have. If we put a box up and around our x, we have something -2 equals 12. You're already probably thinking what that value is. Let's play with the idea of -2 moving across. If -2 moved across to be +2, that means x equals 12 plus 2. Did you get it? For this question, x equals 14. And that would be your answer. Really well done. Now, if you have your whiteboards ready or the worksheet pre-downloaded, you can work along with some of these. Let's have a look. We've got x plus 6 equals 8. X plus 7 equals 11. You've got y plus 6 equals 8. Now I've put in here, remember, it doesn't really matter what the letter is. You're just looking for a missing value. The letters are just placeholders. Our fourth question is f minus 10 equals 20. B minus 5 equals 11. If you quickly try and work some of those out with just the key basics saying something plus 6 equals 8. Now, I'm going to run through. If you haven't quite finished, feel free to pause the page, finish off those questions and then see have you got them right. Answers for these ones should be x equals 2. For x plus 7 equals 11, x equals 4. On the third question, y plus 6 equals 8, y equals 2. F minus 10 equals 20. For this one, f equals 30. That's because the minus 10 moves across to become plus 10. 20 plus 10. The last question, b minus 5 equals 11. For this one, b equals 16. Really well done if you got those 5 right. That's algebra level 1 done. Really well done, guys. That's level 1 algebra done. I really like to thank you for using BeatThatMaths to help you with your algebra. If you enjoyed the channel or you'd like to, I'd love to see a comment down and see how you've done, especially if you downloaded the worksheet on BeatThatMaths.com. If you haven't already, love it if you subscribe to the channel to keep updated with any new videos I have. Really well done, guys. If you're ready, head up level 2.